Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am going to show you how to build up your mod inventory. Now, if you don't have a big mod inventory, what you're going to want to do is go to mod challenges like this, and every single week you're going to do different mod challenges. The first week you're going to do health, the next week you're going to do defense, the next week crit damage, and so on all the way until speed. Now, once you're done with that, you want to head back over to your mod inventory, right? Also, this can be done during the time that you're farming mods. What you want to do is you want to upgrade your mods so that they reveal speed, and if they don't reveal speed, you're going to want to sell them. Now, there are certain criteria that needs to be made. First one is if you're just starting out with your building up your mod inventory, you don't have any speed mods at all, what you're going to want to do is just upgrade all of the mods you get, and if they have speed, you want to keep them no matter what. Now, once you've started to do that, maybe you have 5 rows or so of just speed mods, or mods with speed on them, then you want to move on to the next step. The next step after that is to focus more on getting some speed mods, mods with speed that have 10 speed. Now, you can do this by building up your white and green mods, but I personally would recommend you do it with blue and purple mods for the only reason that blue and purple mods tend to be less expensive to build up. Actually, no, they don't just tend to be, they are less expensive to build up. You need less materials. Here, if you go over here to mod battles, you don't need to use the fusion disc or the bonding pin when you only use the blue, purple, and gold mods. Then, once you have about 5 rows of just these, you still want to keep your previous 5 rows of just speed. I recommend when you're upgrading your mods, let's just use this for an example. Well, I guess I can't, it's got no speed. Let's find one that rolls speed. Yeah, see, this one rolls speed. I forgot, here. Let's go over here. And so, this mod here, this one rolled speed. Now, I didn't get it to roll 10, but when I slice it, I want to slice it 1 more time or 2 more times, and then until I get 10 speed. Now, you don't want to slice that said mod to 6 dots because it's not a valuable mod. Then, after you have about 5 rows of those 10 speed mods, then you want to move on to trying to get 15, keeping your previous mods. This way you still have a bunch of mods with speed. Now, whenever you run out of mods, just cycle through the mods system once again, and just do it after every single time you roll for mods. Now, just so you don't spend forever working on mods on one day, what I recommend is slicing mods until you get your goal. So, if you get a speed roll and that was your criteria, then you can stop. Although, at that point, I still do recommend keeping going until you get to gold mods, just because you want to have more than just one. So maybe like roll 3 or 4 when you're at that point. Now, once you hit the 10 speed requirement for your speed mods, for mods with speed, you want to move on to just 1 a day, and if you can get that, then you can stop, right? And then after that, after you've done your 5 rows of the 10 mods with 10 speed each, then you want to focus more on 15 speed. Now, you don't want to get rid of your 10 speeds yet, and if you roll 10 speed, that's okay, but you still want to keep going with your, with your plan. So don't stop when you roll 10 speed, only stop when you roll a 15 speed mod. Now, just to clarify, to roll 15 speed, you're going to need to have at least a purple mod. So when you're rolling for blue, you only get 2 slices here, 1 and 2, right? So oftentimes you're going to end up with not a 10 speed mod. That's okay for blue, but as soon as it's purple, you do want to have 10 speed at that point when you're at a 10 speed. And once you reach the 15 speed mark, you still want to keep everything else the goal would again is to get the 5 rows of 15 speed. But then as soon as you get one more mod than 15, you want to start to cycle out your non-10 speed mods. You still want to keep your 10 speeds, but you want to get rid of anything below 10 speed so you can continue to progressively go up. Now, once you have about 10 to 15 rows of mods, just to clarify if you haven't figured it out already, each of these is a row. And because you don't want to do rows like this. It's really difficult and kind of impossible, actually. So now let's go back. So 15, you want to when you're looking for 15 speeds, right? The idea is to get 15 speed by a maxed out gold mod. See, I got 13 speed here, so I'll probably keep the mod because I'm kind of in between the 10 and 15 mark. So anything above 10 is still viable, but you still want to keep going on your mods until you get a 15 plus speed. So once you have around 10 rows of 15, like I said earlier, you want to start to sell your mods that roll below 10, right? And once you keep going up and maybe you have around 20 rows of 15 speed, you want to begin to sell your 10 speeds. So, also, here's a really key important factor to modding. And after this, I think we're going to end the video. So, this is super important. Mod Store, a lot of people slack off because they think it's really expensive. I'm not going to argue with them. It is pretty expensive. But, which is why you only want to buy mods that have a 5 base speed, at least. Usually, I try to look for 5 to 6. But sometimes, if there's a lot of mods, I usually only buy the 6 speed because I obviously don't want to go into kind of brokenness of credits. So we can't be having that happen. So just buy mods that have the 5 speed basis unless it's Arrow. And then you just want to buy the speed mods, like speed primary mods. Unless, of course, there is a specific situation where you want to roll, you want to have a health primary like Savage or General Grievous. Those are two characters that you really want a health primary on your arrow. But I feel like that's more situational, and you can tend to roll them in the set better. Like say I was looking for a health mod, which is usually what you're looking for. I probably wouldn't buy it from the store. I would probably just do a couple battles here in hopes that I get that mod. You're going to eventually get one, so don't worry about that. So, I hope this was helpful. I hope it was clear. And if you have any questions about what's going on and where to identify where you are in the kind of process, I think you can for identifying the process, if you've got 10 speed mods, then you can probably, or if you have 10 speed mods already, you can go ahead and do the 15 speed. You can work for the 15 speed. So, yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please write something down in the comments. And now, I just want to remind you guys that if you really need help with your roster, I will be able to review your accounts and, point you in the right direction, maybe help you a little bit with your mods. I feel like that's where a lot of roster help is really lacking, so I think I'll focus a little bit more in that direction for my roster reviews, but I believe it is that time again. So make sure you like if you found the video helpful, and just put a comment if you need help with something. I'd be happy to help. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.